Hi everyone, welcome to Intuitive Channeling. I'm feeling into a super interesting dynamic month ahead as 2026 closes off. There are definitely some loose strings and some untied bows. Almost finished being wrapped. Gifts, lots of like finishing off. And while it's like obvious to assume that it's finishing off this year, I think it goes much deeper than that in terms of the lessons that this year brought, specifically the spiritual ones, how those lessons themselves, if you look back, I think that a large group of us can say that a lot of what we dealt with and had to internally process about this year had things to do with things that were from a very long time ago. So maybe culminations of childhood dreams, experiences of like childhood nightmares, traumas. This part is the deep shadow work in all respect to you if that's something you experienced. But specifically, not just childhood nightmares, but like I got the sense that many people have experienced some of the worst things that they didn't even imagine something so awful could happen, and it happened. I know the feeling. And my heart is definitely with you, and no other choice. If that's something you resonate with, sorry to off track, but I just want to put out there that if that's something you resonate with, then as you process the grief and pain of whatever it is whatever nightmare that you could imagine or couldn't have imagined, please also honor the work that you are going to do in processing what happened and how you'll have to integrate it, how it's going to change you. Honor the fact that you'll never be the same. After this year, I think for everyone, accepting that there are some things that will never go back to the way that they were, that are changed for good. I think that's going to be the vibe for this month. But all because we can arrive more shedded and kind of almost naked for next year's excitement. If you weren't aware of it before and you didn't think so before, then you're going to understand for real now. The idea of how things happen for a reason and how the work, the priming that God or whoever or whatever you believe in has to do in order for you to become who you're meant to become. From now onwards, I think in general, I've mentioned this before, I think it's in your best interest to find something to surrender to it with all of your might. And trust in the thing you've surrendered to, trust in life, give room for your process, lean into the unpredictability of life in general that has always been true, and not just because the world is changing so intensely. This is also something that I've touched on before, but I no longer remember in which parts of all the work that I've done and posted on YouTube. But just to emphasize as well what I've just said, I believe that the chaos and falling away, stripping away, explosion, minefield situation that we are in right now as a globe is, and I think, we're all saying it actually, astrology is saying it, this is a revealing. We need to remember that this is a revealing of something that has always been true. All the things that have bubbled under the surface that are bursting their way out and shocking us, they were under the surface. They were under the surface. So for people who may be dealing with emotions of nostalgia and like, wow, I wish I could go back in time and relive, life has changed. I've seen people share on how since about 2020, it's like something about life kind of dulled. Yeah, it's a complicated thing to transmute, but that's for us to alchemize. In me, there is something that knows that that is true and that understands that, yes, things have dulled, things have changed, things are fucking scary right now. But this is also an opportunity, and essentially, of course, how else would God reach out to us, you know? How else are, God bless us, but as humans, how else are like almost childish, immature, ego-driven, greedy, selfish, perverted, like how is a collective with those kinds of characteristics that need to be kind of burned out, how else is that burning out process going to happen? It has to happen through the chaos, through the shadow, the darkness. Yeah, it would make all of the work a lot easier if you accept, as I've mentioned in previous readings, that video of that, I don't know what to call him, but elder who spoke of how when you experience joy, appreciate it, be present with it, and know that suffering will come. And as you experience suffering, integrate it, show up honestly to it. Very importantly, please don't think that you're going to be the same. Please don't try to be the same. Please don't hold on to rigid structures that may have happened before some suffering or painful experience occurred. A lot of people hold so tightly onto their identity and their ego and their, oh no, I'm, regardless of what stage or how I'm feeling, regardless of how much this pain hurts, I cannot get out of character. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. Yeah, it's so silly how tightly we hold on to our egos and the we should do this, we should not do this, it must. The structures will definitely be addressed as a closing off of this season. I'll call it a season because it does feel like it's extended, not just for this year, but like I said, from a long time. Like we're closing a lot of cycles right now. Sorry if I'm jumping as well. Doing the best with what I've got in terms of what I'm understanding about the vibe. God is inviting us to notice, accept the invitation, and keep that on a loop. Make God real. God is real, but now, with existence, part of the deal, of the human deal, is to meet God halfway almost, you know? Believe, know, trust, have faith through everything. Now I'm in a blank as to what else there was. Oh, yes. There's something that is going, there's a specific wish that you made. This feels specific, but it also feels like it's going to happen to many people specifically. So I don't know. But anyway, there's something that you wished for. Or a frequency that you wished for, a feeling, something to do with yourself, something to do with yourself and your relationship with your outlook on life. There is a wish fulfillment or something that you placed on that, where even if you never verbalized it, you told yourself, if this happens, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to finally be able to reach and feel a point of happiness that I've wanted all my life. You're going to face that thing. And this is hilarious because this is the What is it? This is part of the spiritual journey. To place all of your energy and all of your essence in the symbolism of this thing that you want so bad, whatever it is, whether it's a relationship, some item, a car, a house, a bag, a phone, a job, anything. When you face that thing, because it's coming, you have put so much energy into it that it had no choice but to materialize. But as it does, I'm sorry, this feels so funny. You might face and understand as a spiritual, that's the path, that this thing actually was nowhere near worth comparing to my joy. That is to say, that you might actually not want that thing anymore. And it might be a shock to your system. And I do suggest that you stay open. Stay very open. In general, this is general advice, stay very open. But specifically with this thing that you've wanted so bad, that you're going to get, that you're going to face and think, wow, why did I actually want this so bad? Why did I actually want this? The inquiry through all of that inquiry is part of the journey, is going to be very helpful in helping you realize more of yourself, more of what you have thought you deserved. That might take a very huge turn, very drastic shift. Yeah. The frequency, that feeling of, ooh, it's going to be very, it's admitted it is anticlimactic, but I'm not feeling into a disappointment. It's going to be more just an opportunity for you to realize how bomb you are, how you've deserved better the entire time. And essentially, God, your angels, your soul, they've been sitting the whole time on the sidelines going, so firstly, you'll understand all the emotional work that you've done this year. Feels like it was a very, very intensely emotional year for a lot of people in a very unexpected way. Culmination point right now in this month is what I'm feeling. You're going to arrive to the point, that anticlimactic point, and it's going to allow you to as well acknowledge yourself for the emotional work that you. So it's all going to be about you, basically. It's all going to be about you. Whatever it is that you experience, please remember to Please remember to proceed from that lens, from remembering it's about you, it's about your growth, it's about expanding your heart and expanding your experience with life and getting more out of it and feeling more full about being you, because that's also it's so sweet. It's a very special frequency that's coming from all this work that we're doing with the shame and all of the shit that we've been yapping on for a very long time now. Empowerment, sovereignty, That's the root of the work and the message that the universe and that the spirits that we talk to and connect with are trying to say, lovingly, with everything, with full admiration. You are amazing as you are right now. Nothing that could happen to you, no amount of money, nothing of this world can hold up or compare to you. You know what I mean? You. The source of you, the light of you, the heart of you, where your life permeates from within you. It's about to get really spiritual as well. Very deeply spiritual, energetic. I think it's going to be so nice for people, for the chakra hands. The people who have approached this year as as energy work, and who went deep, deep within and who followed that inner calling, there's going to be such a beautiful gift of experience and feeling and emotion. Again, may not happen externally. This is repeated thing. I say it all the time. These things, a lot of the changes work as a mirror from within. So it's within that starts first, and then externally it happens. So the gift of feeling, joy, experience, expansion that we're seeking, all from within. Again, that is the point. Tending to the relationship between you and your 3D reality. That's another point. Understanding. This is a repeated point. Understanding the relationship between your internal world and your external world, and how your internal world comes first. Repeated lesson, repeated. The patterns are going to be very, very obvious though this month. It feels urgent. We're also reaching the 3-eye atlas, which I will link videos on in the description. I'll post links on in the description of this video. But also then please visit my YouTube channel because I'll be sharing this across platforms. So 3-eye atlas, the interstellar object, will reach it will be closest to Earth in about 2 weeks. And we have, according to Stefan Burns, whose link I share all over the place, and who I highly suggest you follow and keep up with, has said that we are expecting a solar storm in about a week. That has apparently, as the sunspot is turning to launch shit at us, has already affected some parts of Asia regarding telecommunication towers, all the stuff that solar power affects. So with these energetic whoosh that come, a lot of I think I've explained this before. I don't know if I have, where I believe that the way this works is the solar flares, they come, they whoosh. Sorry for my language. If you get me, you get me. They burst their thing. The plasma reaches us. It affects our cellular makeup. The cellular makeup pushes, reacts, responds to the plasma hitting. And because of our connection with our physiological states and our emotional states, this pushing out affects our emotional states. And I believe that pushing out, what it is pushing out is the darkness, the shame, the depression, the I don't deserve this, the I need to settle for this because I don't know if anything better is going to come, the I need to focus on survival, all of that shit gets zapped out of us with every solar flare, with every energetic shift, full moon, all of that. That's the work that we've been doing. That is part of why everything's been so intense. That is the reason. It's crazy. Life is crazy. It's about to get crazy in a very interesting way, in a way that you cannot fear, because if you do, that's an L. Just don't be scared. I'm talking shit. No, you can be scared. You can be vulnerable. You can be honest with yourself. Feel everything. That's what we're here for. But don't be a victim. That is, I think, the most important line and phrase from now until. Maybe specifically until 2030, but from now until. Because the frequency of shame and victimhood, I believe, creates this wall or makes your energetic field locked tight. Nothing comes in and nothing comes out. We need to be more flowy. And the most flowing thought to me, to embody, is that of understanding that there is a reason for everything. Even if I may not understand it, otherwise it wouldn't be happening. Everything happening is under divine guidance, divine control. With divinity being something I can't grasp it in my brain. And so, the gap that I can't grasp, I leave to that divine. The divine understanding, I leave to the divine. There's actually a sentence from the Bible that I'd recently meditated on, that I've forgotten where from, but it speaks about how the magic of God specifically lies in the fact that you don't understand it. Obviously, it was not written that way, but that's what I was meditating on, that the only way God will fully work, or this divine understanding, this divine consciousness, the light, whatever, is if you take a step back and let the light, God, whoever, whatever, let it do its thing. Have faith, trust. Just keep trusting, even if you don't know what the fuck, because no one knows what the fuck. So, you know, it's going to be interesting because of how much shit needs to leave, how many connections need to end, how many, because of that thing that I mentioned earlier on in this video, how many people are holding on so tightly to a part of their identity that really doesn't fit. And I get the sense that that's why taking stock is also important, because if you look carefully, the universe has been telling you this needs to go. You're feeling it true inside of you. But, you're feeling it true inside of you because I'm telling you that this needs to go. That's why you're feeling this gut. That's why you're feeling the inclination to resign, because I'm telling you that's what needs to happen. Or that's why I'm giving you the lean in to feel suddenly like you don't really fuck with someone. You don't really fuck with this person anymore. I'm telling you because you two don't match anymore. Time is up. You know what I mean? Time is up. And if you do any more holding on tightly and needing to, don't change, no, keep this, no, I need the security, if you do any more of that, oh my God, that is so aggressive. But I think it's also because of my Scorpio mind. But I imaged, this is crazy, this is gory, sorry. I imaged someone holding on tightly to a thing, and your fists are gripping tightly, and you're insisting on not letting go. The universe is going to blow that thing up. Then your hands go with it. And that's the part that was gory, because it's like, holy shit. But that's true. It's true. That is the extent. That's the extent to which the universe will get rid of shit. Get rid of it. So intuition. That's why intuition is important, because that is the universe being kind to us, giving us these senses, our ability to get messaging from our bodies. That's a gift. And it's time to really use that gift. Really use it and understand it's free. It's right there. It's accessible. It's right now. It's right there. And we have been ignoring it for so long. And it's sad, because that space within us really loves us. You really love you. Your body really loves you. All of reality. There's so much care. There's so much of it. Also take note of that. You are so loved. When things get heavy, be grateful and remember that somebody loves you. And try to be yourself as much as possible. No lies. No lies in whatever capacity, whether you're cheating or when it comes to capitalism, lying on a CV, that's okay. Don't quote me. But in relationships and connections with other people, lying about the way that you feel, no bueno. Lying about anything to do with you and that essence that's trying to connect with you, within you, lying about that, it's going to cause a frisson. So much chaos. Anytime you find yourself in a very chaotic point in your life, okay, take it as a message that God is trying to say something. Your inner self is trying to say something. And then be still and listen. That is the method. 100%. I swear by that. And I could actually fully say with my chest that is the formula for everybody collectively. That is the formula. When there's chaos, be still and look and listen. Something's going on. Something's going on. I think that that is all. I feel like there's a lot. So, with the weeks that come from this month, everything will be broken down. But for this week, as I do these weekly, that's all I've got, I think. That's all that will be important. Yeah, obviously, all from my lens. Please tap into your intuition. Please use your discernment first and foremost before me and before anyone else you see online yapping shit. Your gut and what your inner wisdom, fortitude, point of peace within, and there is one, even if you feel chaotic and crazy inside, that's, yeah, fuck, lucky you then, because you are going to be able to get more out of the experience of learning how to be still. If you are someone chaotic, you feel chaotic and emotionally upheaved inside a lot of the time, that is a gift. You're going to be stronger, much stronger than anybody who's naturally able to be peaceful inside. You know what I mean? Now I've forgotten what the fuck I said. Sorry. I've forgotten. Anyway, God bless. Please try to be as brave as you can, as there's nothing to be afraid of. Your life is to be enjoyed. Welcome it all. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching.